Hey guys, so recently, I've noticed that a lot of people such as EpicZill and Salts made some videos about TDX, and they've made some pretty upsetting, but true videos to say the least. But generally, TDX has kind of been going down this rabbit hole of where the dev team suddenly began to push updates, it's not bad, but disappointing to say the least. And TDX is a game I've always enjoyed and loved making content about. But I just want to talk about the current problems in TDX that EpicZill mentioned in his video, so let's begin. The first problem I want to talk about is balancing, which has its problems. First off, Christmas 2025 Man vs Steel event. Grind-wise, mid, gameplay-wise, interesting. But the balancing isn't the best. Spawners, or literally anything that can move around the map, is super OP for this event. The resistance mechanic for towers is just outdated and game-breaking for some towers. And the grind for this event feels unnecessary. I'm glad that they made grinding for cookies a bit easier. But the battle pass is still unnecessarily long, for no real reason, but just filled with 75% filler. But let's not forget about the base game and its many flaws, which, the biggest in my opinion for TDX's base game, is replayability. Just think about it. All you really do is grind. That's literally it. And due to the massive inflation that Endless Mode brought to us players, it sucks, and the XP grind is also pretty bad too. And this is coming from me, who hasn't played the game until Chapter 2 of this event dropped. And yes, there are other modes you can play when you're bored, but you already did those, and it won't feel the same doing it again, since you already know how to play those modes. So what's the next best thing? Endless, since it's something you can play, and challenge yourself with how far you can go. Even though it technically ends at Wave 201, but still, Endless Mode is, in my opinion, as well as majority of the community's opinion, that mode feels outdated, balancing-wise. Plus, you really don't use any different towers other than Warship and a couple of others to help you along the way. See what I mean? Yes, there are plenty of cool things and tons of stuff you can do, but guess what? You've already done all of those, and that's the problem. And I know I mentioned only a few things that were a problem in TDX, but I don't want this video to be 30 minutes to an hour long. But I just feel like these are currently the biggest problems in the game RTN. So what's the solution? Well, let's get to that part. For the problem with Endless Mode, I'd suggest that the dev team watch Tickly Ryzen's video, called Endless Mode is not endless. Tower Defense X, since it's such a good fix for Endless, because it truly makes Endless Mode, well, endless. And it helps keep its replayability in check, since it'll almost always be different every playthrough. Well, the problem with 2025 Christmas Man vs Steel event. TBH, I'd personally say this event can really be saved. Mostly because I personally feel like this is a repeat of the 2024 Halloween Awakened event, but that'll take too long for me to explain. Another problem is the balancing for the upgrade shop and the tower resistances, since those two things are really broken and can at times be unnecessarily overpowered for some towers and especially units. So nerfing those two to be more balanced, such as giving ignore resistances an actual percent, rather than giving the tower 100% confirmation that they can penetrate through an enemy's resistance, is better than what we have RTN. While nerfing the upgrade shop to not give absurd off upgrades, such as 25% range or 90% damage, to either be more expensive or to nerf the amount from 25% gives 10% would be better. And finally, for spawners, nerf them to actually be a unit, rather than feeling like a power creep tower on legs or wheels. But now, since I want to keep this video as short as I possibly can, let's get to the ending. We've now reached the end, and to summarize everything in this video, the reason TDX is in its current state it's mostly because of balancing problems after Nightmare Mode, replayability being really mid, and base game mostly being neglected, and it mostly receiving just balancing changes in general. Anyways though, I generally didn't want to make this video, since I'm pretty busy RTN, but due to drama and problems currently in the game, I felt like I needed to make this video But before I go and fade away into the YouTube algorithm, John, Atrazine, or Quintinity pulls reworked the ignore resistance system for the towers in-game. It's really bad, outdated, and needs to be properly fixed for the current state of TDX and help fix towers that are currently broken with it. Because, like I said in the beginning, TDX, I love it. It's such a great, cool, innovative game on Roblox, which is why I love it so much, for being unique, yet interesting to play. But hopefully though, you enjoyed watching. And hopefully the devs listen, like how they did during the summer, for when they brought back the old events. And PLZ, sub, like, and share this video, so the devs, or at least someone can listen.